This is the Barbados Today morning news for Wednesday, May 17th. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary-Claire Williams. We begin with allegations of a cover-up at Combermere School, much greater than what President of the Barbados Union of Teachers, Pedro Shepherd, suggested last week. It involves the case of a 14-year-old student who was found at school with a gun magazine, which he first claimed to have found on the way to school, before admitting that it came from his home. The police are yet to lay any charges, and the principal has publicly defended the student. The matter appeared to have been put to rest, but senior teacher Reverend Charles Morris tells Barbados Today there is a lot more than a gun magazine involved.
A search was carried with only one teacher, and we were told in terms of an empty magazine, that there was an empty magazine. Yet in the school, students were complaining that there was a gun in the school. As a matter of fact, the principal said that the student was walking somewhere and saw this shining matter, and he took it up, and then he realized it was a gun. And then, further investigation revealed that the boy was lying. Subsequent to that, you heard students saying that there was a gun involved, that there were bullets involved, and these things were not talked about. My thing is that the problem is these things were hidden from the police. I believe that the process was corrupted before it got to the police.
The Barbados Secondary Teachers Union has put further industrial action on hold after reporting progress in a row with the Ministry of Education over what it says was the unfair dismissal of 3 of its members. Following a meeting yesterday afternoon, Union President Mary Redmond announced there was movement at last from the government. The development came after teachers failed to report for work last Friday, a day after walking out early in solidarity with the fired teachers.
We finally got word from the PS Ministry of the Civil Service that we are having our grievance procedure on the 23rd of May. So after 8 months, we are actually going to get that grievance procedure in train. St. Michael, yes. The one in relation to Combermere is the one that has gone to the Chief Labour Officer, and the one at BACLD Learning Center that has gone to the Minister of Labour.
Government Minister Donville Inniss has lashed out at his parliamentary colleague, Environment Minister Denis Lowe, for condemning same-sex marriage. Inniss says the topic is a non-issue and Lowe should instead focus on helping to address more pertinent issues affecting the country. Lowe was addressing a ceremony in honor of mothers in his Christchurch East constituency on Sunday when he denounced what he said he saw was an advocacy for the legalization of same-sex marriage. But Inniss says there are more important things to be addressed at this time.
For me, that is not a significant issue. I am more concerned about finding meaningful employment for constituents. I am more concerned about how we can grow out businesses in the private sector in Barbados. I'm more concerned about how we can get the deficit down. These economic and financial issues are far more important to me than the lifestyle of any individual in our society, rather than public life or private life.
Inniss added that individuals should not be judged according to their perceived sexual orientation.
Homosexuality has been with us from time immemorial, and I suspect will be here for a long time to come. I believe that what we ought to do is extend the highest level of respect to individuals regardless of their sexual preference. What 2 consenting adults do in the privacy of their bedroom is their business, not my business. And we as public officials must be very careful in our comments on some of these issues, that we don't cause people to get unnecessarily angry. So I respect my colleague's views. He has been very consistent in his position. I don't disagree on the same-sex union part, but if there's any inference against those who may be minded to be gay or lesbian, I differ.
Health Minister John Boyce says the Ministry of Health alone cannot address the problem of non-communicable diseases, and he's calling for a comprehensive, multi-sectoral approach to tackle the epidemic. Boyce was addressing a sub-regional workshop on taxation of alcohol, tobacco and sugar-sweetened beverages yesterday.
Due to the multifaceted nature of the causes and determinants of NCDs, solutions must be comprehensive and multi-sectoral. Ministries of health alone are limited in how they can effectively reduce the determinants of non-communicable diseases. A whole of government approach and a whole of society approach is what is necessary, especially at this time. Solutions to the NCD problem will require improved collaboration and dialogue between government and industry, academic institutions, health professionals, civil society, labor unions, financing agencies, other government sectors, and the general public.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
When it comes to your family, what do you dream of? Enjoying the sights of Italy, seeing the Eiffel Tower for the first time, or experiencing the cuisine of Spain? Courts can make your family dream come true. Shop at Courts for a chance to win a dream cruise for a family of 4. Spend $999 or over at any Court store or online at shopcourts.com. Every $100 gets you a chance to win that cruise to give you more fun time with your family by cruising the Mediterranean, a value of over $20,000. So stop dreaming and start shopping to make your dream come true at Courts, bringing value home.
We're back now with news from the region. The former Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Perry Christie, has resigned following his party's defeat in last week's elections. Christie made the announcement at a meeting of his Progressive Liberal Party earlier this week.
As your leader, I accept full responsibility for our party's defeat in the general election of May 10th, 2017. No, listen to me, please.
Leader of the Progressive Liberal Party and outgoing Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Perry Christie, doing what he says leaders do and says there was only one thing left for him to do.
I hereby resign as the leader of the Progressive Liberal Party with immediate effect. My season in politics has now ended.
And if there is one regret in moving on, it would be this.
I wish to God that I could have helped more people. But God knows that for all my faults and failings as a leader and as a man, I tried my best to do the best that I could for the Bahamian people.
On the international scene, U.S. media reports that President Donald Trump asked former FBI Chief James Comey to end an inquiry into links between his ex-national security advisor and Russia. Sources refer to a memo written by Comey after meeting with Trump. The White House is denying the report. We get the details in this Reuters report.
An associate of ex-FBI Director James Comey confirming to Reuters Tuesday that President Trump asked the former FBI chief to shut down an investigation into former White House National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, who was forced to resign after it was revealed that he had lied about phone conversations with Russia's ambassador to the U.S., making him vulnerable to blackmail. The request seen by the associate in a memo Comey wrote shortly after a meeting with the president, in which Trump said, quote, "I hope you can let this go." The memo was written one day after Flynn resigned over his contacts with Russians. The White House denying the report, saying it was, quote, "not a truthful or accurate portrayal of the conversation between the president and Mr. Comey." Following the news of the memo, Democrat Chuck Schumer taking to the Senate floor to say that the latest revelation related to Russia escalates concerns over U.S. national security and the rule of law.
That's news this morning. Remember, you can get more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Or you can also tune into Mix 96.9 FM for more news. I am Marie Claire Williams. Have a good morning.